Good morning, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters, Mosquito Lagoon Sight Fishing Charters, located here in East Central Florida on the world famous Mosquito Lagoon, Indian River, and near Ponds Inlet. And today is October 19th, 2014, and this is your inshore backcountry saltwater flats fishing report for Central Florida. Well, as you can see, it's a nice, beautiful morning here in Central Florida. The temperature's probably, I don't know, it's 73 degrees, 74 degrees. We got blue skies. Looking down here in the water, I can see a few manatee just popped up right here. Shorts, flip-flops, just drop dead gorgeous weather today. I think it's supposed to be a high of, I think here on the East Coast, 81 degrees, in Orlando, 84 degrees. Perfect. Just drop dead gorgeous weather, light winds, clear skies. The past few weeks, the fishing report is this. It's been good one day, horrible another, good one day, horrible another. We had so much rain and so much high water. The water was dirty in some places. And what happens when the water gets high and the water gets dirty, or mostly high, you take this water that's an average of say 20 inches deep, then now it's 60 inches deep, in areas that were 2 inches deep are now 12, 15 inches deep. It basically spreads the fish out. Sometimes these fish go deep, because what happens is, it seems like the past few weeks, anytime the water goes up, you get these boaters out here and these anglers that they just think, well, I can run anywhere. That's really, really bad, especially when you're running these flats and you see a boat flats fishing, pushing the boat. Anytime you see somebody standing above their engine, assume they're covering a 360 degree, 2,000 feet around you. And I'm witnessing people running an area just because they can go through there, they do, when they could take an extra 10, 15 seconds and go out of their way and avoid a lot of these places. Just because your boat can run through 6 inches of water doesn't mean you have to run through that 6 inches of water. You know, there's a lot of areas up here that are known running areas. People were known where boats will run through. And so if you see somebody fishing, think about it. If you can avoid them, it may take you 6 minutes out of your way. It'll make the experience better for everybody. Word of mouth will get out. People will feel better about that. So if I can ask anything, just keep that in mind for future. I mean, not everybody does it on purpose. And I notice you do have the ones out here, they're just set in their ways and they just don't care. But welcome to the planet Earth, right? So anyhow, the flats fish in the past several days has been really improving. We're getting some really good early morning bites. The early morning bites are, I had to turn around and get some lures behind me, sitting on the bench here. The morning bite has been starting off at first light in the dark. I like to use, you know, the DOA bait buster. See if I can turn it here and get some good light. There we go. Shallow running bait buster, you know, just tie it on there, use the canoe man loop knot. When you throw it out there, you know, just blind cast for a little bit till you start getting enough light, work drop off ledges and that kind of stuff. Once you start to able to see, and if you're looking for tailing fish, if you're able to get close enough to them, you know, most casts are 20, 15, 30 feet away. You're not chucking it a mile. The problem with sight fishing, if you sight fish, again, just because you hear the word flats fishing, it's like hunting. There's many different ways to hunt. There's many different ways to flats fish. And sight fishing is one of them. So if you choose to sight fish, what you can do is, if you can get close enough to them, it's not the distance that counts, it's the accuracy. And the other favorite go-to lure that you can never go wrong out here is a DOA shrimp, or you can use a live shrimp. But I've always said, if you can buy a live shrimp, put him on a hook and sight fish to a fish, if you can hit that target with that live shrimp, you can use this, and I promise you, I guarantee you, this will stay alive a lot longer. So there's the two lures for that. As the day produces or goes on, you know, if you wanted to start to just say you're throwing at schools, they start moving around. I like to use a weedless hook configuration, and I'll put that on either a DOA cowl. There's two cowls there. Let me see if I can put that in this hand. You know, a couple cowls here, DOA cowls. If you watch my videos, I'm a big fan of the white and the black on top, because mullet are black on top, white on the bottom. Everything's white on the bottom pretty much out here. Just think about it. Run through your mind every species out here. I don't care if it's a blue crab to a flounder to a shrimp to a mullet to a trout or what. And then if you want to, I can put a little bullet weight on there. Like if you're blind casting drop-off ledges, it just adds that little bit of distance, you know, a little bit of extra weight. The redfish bite and the trout bites has been really improved the past several days here. With the cool fronts coming through, the rain stopped, the water starting to drop back down. I expect it just to get better, especially as we get into the winter months. You know, for those of you looking to come down here and book a charter, you cannot go wrong in December, January, February, March, April. Great sight fishing weather, just phenomenal. We've even found some black drum. One of my go-to lures for the black drum and redfish is the DOA crab. A lot of people don't use these. They find that they just either, I think what they're doing is they're trying to blind cast with them. This is a good lure just to throw to a targeted fish, you know. It doesn't retrieve to the water very well for a blind casting. Just you know, move. Just use a DOA shrimp or cow if you're going to do that. Now the past few weeks, as long as this water temperature stays the same and it maintains, you know, we don't get any really cold front, the backcountry juvenile tarpon fishing should remain hot. We were able a few weeks ago to hook into 4 or 5 tarpon on a morning charter, anywhere between 5, 6, 8 pounds, even a 40-pounder. And the go-to flies, you know, you can't go wrong with a little white crab pattern here. I guess it could imitate a shrimp there. And then this fly right here, a little weedless configuration. You know, basically the same thing with the fly fishermen as it is with the sight fishermen. You know, approach these fish, sun at your back, take your time, practice on your accuracy, practice on your presentation, and just, you know, apply a lot of hunting tactics. Don't get excited and get in there on top of it. If you see an area where you know there's fish at, don't work too slow getting in there because they won't stay there forever. But also, you know, don't rush in there, you know. Use a little bit of logic, you know. Take your time, take some deep breaths. You know, I'd rather see you make one perfect cast to them than hook up, than show me you can cast a million miles away. Yeah, it looks like a manatee right out here, I think. Getting ready to pop up. You know, and when you're on these charters, not only do you see, you know, the fishing and everything out here, but you will see some really great wildlife. I mean, there's times out here to where you may be on a charter and see things that you've never seen in your life, between dolphin, turtles, you know, manatee, eagles, all the birds in the wildlife refuge. Just a matter of fact, a minute ago before I got down here, out here in front of me, there was a couple dolphin, and I always carry my nice camera, and they were breaching, and they were doing the backflips and flipping bait to each other. Of course, you know, I'm about 10 seconds too late to get the pictures, but hey, you know, I saw it with my eyes. So anyhow, the fishing, as the time goes on, the days go on, you're going to want to switch to, as the morning rises and goes on, I digress here, sorry. As the first light comes up, the first few hours, search flats, tailing fish. As the sun starts to get up, they might move around, start schooling. You know, boat traffic makes them nervous. You know, switch to the weighted hook, look, weedless hook, look for grass flats with lots of bait. Look for movement, look for signs of life, and take your time. Just the main thing is respect other anglers, respect the nature and all that, and so on and so forth there. So until then, I want everybody to have a great day. And again, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters and Mosquito Lagoon Sight Fishing Charters located here in East Central Florida. Thank you.